So this one is a giant bamboo story, which I did hear from a rabbi, and I've heard it with other, with priests, with a mystic, different stories how it was told. So I'm gonna stick with the rabbi because that's when I originally heard it. And if you've heard this one, stick with me because I'm gonna put a couple extra perspectives on it that I've never heard before that are my own, but I think are really crucial to the world and where it's at right now. So the story goes, a man came to a rabbi and was saying, Rabbi, I work so hard. I never seem to get ahead. I've been working for years and years and I just barely make it by. My business is succeeding, but I'm not really gaining any kind of ground. I'm just always living paycheck to paycheck and just have enough for my family and I'm just surviving. And like, when will I make it and be able to take a nice vacation? I haven't taken a vacation in years. I've been just surviving and working so hard and putting in so many hours to just have enough to survive. When can I, look forward to something? Because it gets disheartening. I feel like I'm barely making it. So the rabbi listens and says, there's a story of a man who wanted to grow giant bamboo. And so every day for 2 years, he had to water this giant bamboo, and he watered it every single day for 2 years. And eventually, every day, if he would even miss one day, it wouldn't grow. So he watered it every day. And it sprouted. And in 6 months, it grew 100 feet. 80, 100 feet in 6 months. And it was unbelievable. So how long did it take the bamboo to grow? He goes, well, 6 months, right? And he said, no, it took 2 years and 6 months. And so when we don't see progress right away, sometimes you just have to keep watering and watering and watering. And eventually the progress will come. It might take a couple years, but when the progress comes, it can go big. I think it was Golda Meir who said it takes 20 years to make an overnight success. Don't quote me on who said that, but I love that saying. And so, you never know when things are going to happen for you. And so that's the giant bamboo story. And I think it's an important concept for us to endure and to keep watering every day in our lives so we can finally see the fruit of our labors. But there's some other lessons from that I've gleaned that I think are really important. So imagine thinking from the perspective of the giant bamboo. That for 2 years, it's under the ground where it's relatively warm, there's not much temperature change, and it's dark, calm, and water comes every day, it's getting fed. And then all of a sudden, in 6 months, it shoots up to 80, 100 feet. And how much of a change that must be in its life. Now it's in the wind and it's blowing and it's blowing side to side so hard and it doesn't know which way to go. And it's getting rained on. The water's coming, but it never knows when it's going to come. It gets rained on here and there, and the days are hot. Now it has the sun to deal with. Hot days and cool nights and temperature shifts and all these things that it never could have imagined. And up at that height, imagine the tips of it, 80 feet in the air, 100 feet in the air, waving back and forth. It must be so frightening, to be at that height. And I think this is a good metaphor for society and humanity where we're at right now. For 10,000 years, we were in the dirt. And we were being watered every day, but we were slowly in the dirt. And in just this short amount of time, 100 years, We've sprouted 100 feet. And how scary it seems. Like everything is so intense. And there's so many new feelings. And the wind is blowing us side to side. And the rain's coming down. And the sun is shining on us. And it's hot. And the nights are cool. And we're going through these temperature shifts. And getting blown this way and that. And the snow and the rain. And all these forces that we never felt before. But we have to remember, and I know it's hard, it would be a struggle. I'm sure the giant bamboo, if we could be in its shoes, there's a level of fear there. But it was meant to do this. And I think it's the same with humanity. That we are giant bamboo sprouting, and as scary as it seems at these heights that we reach, this pinnacle that out of nowhere from living very simple lives, and it's like slowly building up, but I mean still, like look at electricity, rocket ships and planes and all this stuff that's happened really like the last 100 years or so. Internet, right? All these things have happened so quick. And I even in my age, I remember a world without the internet. It was mind-boggling. I'm sure the kids can't even conceive at some degree of what the world was like before there was internet. Rotary phones and 8 channels, whatever it was, 7 channels on your TV, like 0 through 13, and the different ways of the world just 30 years ago, 40 years ago, let alone now how much has shifted. So I think that's one perspective, that even though it seems scary at these heights and we're facing all these new challenges, we were born to do this. Giant bamboo was born to sprout and to wave in the heights that it waves at. And on another perspective, for the kids, the same way giant bamboo has to, if you've ever seen a bamboo forest, how densely it can become packed. It all has to make room for the different shoots. So many shoots come up, and it has to make room in the forest for one another. And I think that's, as much as we knock the kids and their wokeness, and they may be going about it in some of the wrong ways and being a little bit hateful and angry with their want of acceptance in pushing it maybe in strange ways that seem very foreign to us. Just like as the bamboo sprouts, it needs to make a room for all the other shoots sprouting. I think that's partly what the kids are doing, is they're jostling and pushing it aside to make room for all the different sprouts, even the sprouts that seem odd to us, or we already seem packed in, but the bamboo knows where it can fit more sprouts. And I applaud the kids in trying to make room for all the bamboo, because if we're going to change everything, we need everyone. And if we're going to really be able to make change, everyone's important. I really believe that. Even the rogues, I have a video on that, that we need everybody, that everyone plays a part in this great story. And even the rogue we have tons of stories in mythology and even Star Wars, Han Solos, right, of the world, that are these roguish characters who seem only in it for themselves. If we demonize them, just like with the wealthy, I'm not a big fan of what corporations do to their workers and the greed that they've shown, but we need those people. Regardless, they're clever. And we need them, and we need the billionaires. And if they would work for the good of all humanity and not just the good of themselves or their business, imagine the good they could do. We need those rogues. We need Han Solo. Whether he wants to be with us or not, we need him. And I think in the end, hopefully they'll make the right decision. So I applaud the kids in making room as we're giant bamboo sprouting. These young sprouts are doing a good job of trying to, elbow out room for all the sprouts, and I applaud that. So that's the giant bamboo story. three different ideas. You have to water every day for 2 years, and keep watering until it can grow to 100 feet, 80 feet, whatever it is. And that, if you miss even a day, it might not work. So even when you're watering and you feel like you're ready to give up, then keep watering, because you never, when it sprouts, it's going to sprout great, but you have to keep going every day. Two, that it's scary sometimes at these new heights that we've never seen before, but we were made for this. This is who we are as humanity. This is deep down. And so keep on going, because this is what we were born to do. And three, make room for everybody. And I applaud those who are making room, because all the sprouts will sprout, and the together are even stronger. We're always stronger together. So it's good that we make room for all the sprouts. And that's the giant bamboo story. So I wish everyone all those blessings, to endure through everything, to have courage and stay strong, because you were born to do this. You were born to be you and to do all the great things that you're meant to do. You are giant bamboo. And as scary as it seems, humanity, we are giant bamboo. We're going to make it because we were born to do this, and continue to make room for all the shoots, all the different sprouts of the bamboo, so that we can all fill the forest up fully. And these are the blessings I wish for you. If you have any stories of enduring through things and thinking nothing was going to change, for only good things to come at the end after, your 2 years of watering, or of realizing that you didn't think this it was too much or it was too scary, only to realize you were born for it, or just of learning to accept that which and make room for others. I would love to hear those stories. Any comments, questions, and let's do this, people. As always, save the humans.
Trying to be a better man. Oh yeah. Trying to do the best I can. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna do right thing. Do right thing. No matter what they want to say. And I'm gonna still fight for you. Still fight for you.